While I was not alive yet for the majority of her writing and her work, one of my favorite authors is the American humorist and newspaper columnist Irma Bombay. You know, the grass is always greener over the septic tank. She is well known, even still today, for writing more than 15 best-selling books, and of course her well-known syndicated newspaper column. She's known very well by her one-liners that still ring out in people's minds today. Some of them being, "Dreams only have one owner. That's why dreams are lonely." Or maybe, "Marriage has no guarantees. If that's what you're looking for, go live with a car battery." Or my favorite, "Never go to a doctor whose office plants are dead." I bring this up, my friends, because today I think we can take one of Irma's best-known phrases and summarize the entire gospel we heard today in one sentence. Irma writes, "When I stand before God at the end of my life, I would hope that I would have not a single bit of talent left, but could say, 'I've used everything you gave me.'" This is exactly what Jesus is trying to teach us in the gospel today. He's telling us a parable that relates so well to our lives. And I have news for you. It has nothing to do with money. The gospel today is not about opening a savings account or the best-rated CD you can get on today's market. And it's surely not about putting your life savings in an old coffee can and stashing it under the bed, hoping it'll be there when you need it. No. Jesus is talking about gathering another type of income. He's talking about gathering all the gifts and talents that each of us have been given by God. We each have gifts and talents unique to us, to our person, to our personality. And we're called to use them to advance the gospel message and to help our brothers and sisters around us. Maybe you're sitting here today and you are a great teacher of math. You're one of those people who can look at a math equation and find 3 or 4 different ways to come to the answer. Not me. I wasn't blessed with that talent. But you're sitting there and you're saying, "Yes, that's me. I can figure out the math equation." But better yet, you can teach somebody how to do that math equation. You're a great teacher. Maybe your ability's not in math, but you're teaching the next generation about science or social studies or religion. The talent is being able to take what you have learned and give it to others. Okay, so you're not a teacher. Don't be alarmed. You're still blessed with many talents. Maybe you're sitting here as the high school student who just moved to the area. You're new at school. You're definitely not part of the in crowd, for you're not the biggest or even best looking person. However, unbeknownst to the school community, you have worked very hard to nurture your talent of athletics. And you're a young man who can kick a football some 65 yards into the end zone. Your talents and your hard work end up bringing your school community to their first ever state championship. Now you seem to be a part of the in crowd. Or maybe you're an elderly couple who have been married for well over 50 years, and you have talents to share. As the husband, you like to do woodworking. You do the cutting and the shaving and the sanding, the chiseling, and you come up with a beautiful sculpture for the holidays. And your wife improves that woodworking sculpture with some of the best artistic paint work we've ever seen, adding detail to an already beautiful statue. But above all, you as the couple enjoy making these small holiday carvings and giving them to the guests, to the residents at one of our local nursing homes to cheer up their rooms for the holidays. My friends, these are just a few examples of talents given to us by God to be used, to be shared. The list could go on for hours, even days, but many of us probably have reservations for brunch after Mass, so I won't go on with the list. What I do want to say is that although I've just gave you 3 completely different people with completely different talents as examples, they all share one thing in common. They're using the gifts God gave them. And like Mrs. Bombeck, they have great cause to one day stand before God and say, I have used everything you gave me. What about us? Are we able to say the same thing? Are we ready to stand before God today and say, I've used everything you gave me? I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm quite there yet. Have we used our gifts and talents to the best of our abilities? Or have we buried them in the dirt? If you're sitting there thinking, I could do better, or even worse, after Mass today, I better get a shovel and start digging, don't fear. There's hope. And the hope is that we still have time. We still have time to search inside ourselves for the talents that we're trying to suppress or hide, and to use them to bring our brothers and sisters around us, even complete strangers, closer to God, to give somebody a better life, to give somebody a little joy. If we do this, and we recognize the gifts and talents that God has given us, then one day, whenever it may happen, we will be ready to stand before God at the end of our life and say, I don't have a single bit of talent left, oh God, because I've used everything you've given me.